Before human beings understood the secrets of the deep ocean, before science revealed the existence of giants hidden beneath the darkness, there already existed a world where the abyss guarded impossible creatures. From the depths of the ocean, among extreme pressure, absolute silence, and immense shadows, the giants of the abyss emerge as living mysteries of an almost unknown world. Welcome to Secrets of the Ocean, the giants that emerge from the depths. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation and to continue creating quality content. Don't forget to comment below on what you thought of the video and tell us where you are watching from so we can chat together. Let's begin. Far below the surface of the ocean, where light disappears completely, begins the territory of one of the most extraordinary hunters on the planet. It is the sperm whale, known scientifically as Physeter macrocephalus, the largest toothed predator that exists on Earth. An adult male can exceed 16 meters in length and weigh more than 40 tons, becoming a true giant of the deep ocean. Unlike most large whales, the sperm whale spends a good part of its life exploring the depths in search of food. It is one of the best divers on the planet, capable of descending to depths exceeding 2,000 meters and remaining underwater for more than an hour. In that world without light, sight is no longer sufficient to find food. Therefore, the sperm whale uses a sophisticated echolocation system that emits powerful sound waves capable of revealing the hidden environment. The returning echoes allow it to identify the position, size, and movement of animals invisible to the human eye. Thanks to this extraordinary ability, it can locate prey hidden in the immense darkness of the deep ocean. Among its most important prey are large squids and other creatures that rarely ascend to the surface. Each dive leads the sperm whale into an ecosystem that human beings have barely managed to explore. There, it begins to track the acoustic signals of a possible prey while slowly descending through the dark waters. When it identifies the target, it precisely adjusts its trajectory until it approaches the appropriate distance to attack. The hunt is decided thanks to a unique combination of endurance, intelligence, and one of the most advanced echolocation systems in the animal kingdom. In the depths of the ocean, the sperm whale proves that true dominance does not belong to those who see best, but to those who can orient themselves and hunt in a world where darkness is absolute. In the eternal gloom of the abyss, where sunlight is only a memory, dwells nature's most enigmatic opponent. The giant squid, known scientifically as Architeuthis dux, is the creature that gave rise to the legends of the terrifying kraken. This titan of the depths can reach an astonishing length of 13 meters, with tentacles that extend like massive whips. Its eyes, the largest in the animal kingdom, measure up to 27 centimeters in diameter to capture the weakest flashes of bioluminescence. Each of its 8 arms and 2 hunting tentacles is lined with hundreds of suckers surrounded by serrated chitinous rings. These biological weapons leave permanent marks on the skin of its supreme predator, the sperm whale, during battles at 2,000 meters deep. The circular scars etched into the heads of the whales are silent testimony to a struggle for sovereignty in total darkness. The encounter between these two colossi is a clash of titans where massive force faces an alien and desperate agility. The squid uses its powerful beak, as hard as steel, to inflict deep wounds while trying to escape the whale's jaws. Despite its size, this being remains elusive to science, hiding in a realm of extreme pressures and absolute cold. As a mid-level predator, it regulates fish and other cephalopod populations, maintaining the biological balance of the deep ocean. The eternal rivalry between the sperm whale and the giant squid is the oldest and most secret war waged under the blue planet. Descending beyond 1,000 meters, we enter a realm where the rules of the upper world cease to exist completely. This is the Midnight Zone, a space of perpetual darkness where sunlight is unable to penetrate through the water. Without the possibility of performing photosynthesis, the ecosystem depends entirely on organic matter that falls from the surface. This rain of biological waste, known as marine snow, is the only sustenance for thousands of strange life forms. In addition to the darkness, hydrostatic pressure becomes a devastating physical force that increases with every meter of depth. At great depths, the weight of the water is equivalent to supporting hundreds of kilograms on every square centimeter of skin. To survive here, animals' bodies are mostly composed of water and hydration, so as not to be crushed. Skeletal structures become fragile or disappear completely to resist thousands of newtons of constant pressure. Temperature is another relentless judge in the abyss, remaining constant between 0 and 3 degrees Celsius. In this extreme cold, the metabolism of living beings slows down drastically to conserve every gram of vital energy. Rapid movement is a costly luxury, so many predators opt for total immobility for days. Every kilometer of descent toward the seafloor represents a biological challenge that only the fittest can successfully overcome. The extreme scarcity of food has forced evolution to design enormous mouths and stomachs capable of expanding. Finding prey in the immensity of the void is a rare event that may occur only once every several months. For this reason, losing a single hunting opportunity often means a definitive death sentence by starvation. The senses of touch and smell are heightened to the extreme to detect minimal vibrations kilometers away. The abyss is not a sterile desert, but a laboratory of strange physical adaptations that defy human logic. It is the last unexplored corner of the earth, a sovereign territory governed by absolute silence and eternal cold. Understanding this hostile environment is the only way to assimilate the existence of the monsters that reign in its shadows. Leaving behind the intricate labyrinths of the reef and entering the immensity of the open ocean, a majestic silence greets us. In this desert of infinite water, a silhouette so colossal slowly emerges that it seems to eclipse the very sunlight. It is the largest fish that transits the seas, a gentle monarch that rules without the need to instill terror. The whale shark, known in science treatises as Rhincodon typus, is a masterpiece of evolutionary docility. Despite bearing the name of a fearsome predator, its nature is astonishingly peaceful and alien to physical violence. An adult specimen in its biological prime can exceed 12 meters in length, rivaling a city bus in size. Its weight is overwhelming, easily reaching 20,000 kilograms of pure muscle supported by the buoyancy of salt water. Its dark blue back is covered by a constellation of white dots and stripes that mimic the starry sky. This visual pattern is unique to each individual, functioning as an indelible fingerprint that scientists use to identify them. Its mouth is a massive cavern that can open up to 1.5 meters wide at the front of its head. Although it houses more than 3,000 tiny teeth, these have no function for biting or tearing the flesh of other creatures. To feed, the whale shark uses an advanced filtration system, absorbing thousands of liters of water per second. Its specialized gills act as biological nets that trap tons of plankton, krill, and floating coral eggs. It navigates following warm currents that stay consistently between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius along the equatorial belt. Its swim is an undulating and rhythmic movement, traveling at a constant speed of barely 5 kilometers per hour. To protect its large volume from attacks by orcas or large sharks, it possesses skin up to 10 centimeters thick. This biological armor is incredibly resistant, absorbing impacts that would destroy any other inhabitant of the ocean. Despite its overwhelming size, It is a docile animal that often allows divers to swim peacefully by its side. The presence of this giant is a direct indicator of the biological richness and energetic health of pelagic waters. The whale shark is the eternal pilgrim of the blue, a titan that proves true greatness is exercised with kindness. In the vast liquid plains of the planet, the silence is broken by a melody that seems to come from the beginning of time. The author of this symphony is the humpback whale, scientifically named Megaptera novae anglii, the supreme bard of the abysses. This colossal mammal possesses a unique appearance, highlighted by its pectoral fins that can measure up to 5 meters in length. An adult reaches an amazing weight of 40,000 kilograms, a mass of life that navigates with an agility that defies its own volume. They are world famous for their spectacular leaps, raising their 40 tons completely out of the water in an act of pure power. Upon impacting the surface again, they generate a shock force measured in thousands of newtons that resonates like underwater thunder. The most enigmatic feature of this giant is its song, a complex composition of moans, whistles, and rhythmic roars. These biological ballads can last up to 20 minutes and be repeated with mathematical precision for several hours straight. The sound travels with amazing efficiency through deep water, covering distances of more than 30 kilometers in the abyss. Males of the same population sing the same song, which evolves and changes collectively year after year. The humpback whale is a tireless migrant, performing one of the longest journeys of any mammal on Earth. Each year, it travels up to 8,000 kilometers from the rich but frigid waters of the poles to warm tropical sanctuaries. They seek waters that stay at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius to give birth and raise their newborn calves. During their stay in the tropics, these giants do not feed, depending exclusively on their immense reserves of body fat. Their cooperative hunting technique is a marvel of social intelligence, known as the bubble net. A group of whales surrounds a school of fish and exhales air synchronously to create a wall of rising bubbles. Trapped by the wall of air, the prey concentrates in the center before the giants emerge with their mouths open. They possess keratin baleen plates that filter tons of water, trapping krill and small fish in a highly efficient biological process. The relationship between a mother and her calf is a bond of absolute tenderness, guiding the little one on its first great oceanic migration. The humpback whale is a keystone species that fertilizes the oceans, guaranteeing the growth of phytoplankton that gives us oxygen. Protecting their future is ensuring that the planet's musical soul continues to resonate beneath the waves for eternity. In the immense waters of the Pacific Ocean lives one of the most famous and respected predators on the planet, It is the great white shark, known scientifically as Carcharodon carcharias, a symbol of the power of the oceans. It inhabits everything from temperate coastal waters to the open sea, where it patrols enormous reaches in search of food. Adults can exceed 6 meters in length and weigh more than 2 tons. Its hydrodynamic body is designed to reach great speeds in the final meters of a pursuit. Rows of triangular teeth with serrated edges allow it to tear large prey with enormous efficacy. In addition to an excellent sense of smell, it possesses organs capable of detecting the weak electric fields produced by other animals. This combination of senses makes the great white shark an extremely precise hunter, even with low visibility. In many regions of the Pacific, sea lions represent one of its most important prey. From the depths, the shark observes the silhouette of a sea lion swimming near the surface. It takes advantage of the darkness of the lower layers to approach without being detected. It slowly reduces the distance while maintaining a trajectory perfectly aligned with the prey. When it reaches the ideal position, it accelerates with an explosion of power toward the surface. The impact can propel the shark's enormous body partially out of the water in one of the ocean's most spectacular scenes. The hunt is decided by a combination of speed, surprise, and extraordinary precision at the moment of attack. Very few marine predators are capable of challenging an adult great white shark. However, even this formidable hunter may avoid certain areas when pods of orcas appear. Despite this, it continues to occupy a dominant position in most of the ecosystems where it inhabits. As an apex predator, it contributes to maintaining natural balance by regulating the populations of numerous marine species. In the Pacific Ocean, the great white shark represents the perfect combination of strength, speed, and evolution. A hunter that turns every patrol into a reminder of who really dominates the open waters. Beyond the open waters of the Pacific Ocean, another predator takes hunting to a completely different level. It is the orca, known scientifically as Orcinus orca, the largest member of the dolphin family and one of the most intelligent predators on the planet. Its distribution extends to almost all oceans, although numerous populations thrive in the cold and productive waters of the Pacific. Orcas live in closely knit family groups, where each individual plays an important role during the hunt. Their excellent hearing and sophisticated echolocation system allow them to detect prey at great distances, even under dark waters. Once the prey is located, the pod begins to carefully coordinate every movement before initiating the pursuit. Fish, marine mammals, and even large sharks can be part of their varied diet, depending on the population and region. A pod of orcas detects a marine mammal moving through open waters and begins to discreetly follow its trajectory. Individuals distribute themselves in different positions to limit the prey's possible escape routes. The pursuit increases in intensity while the orcas maintain a constant speed and almost perfect coordination. Every change of direction by the prey is responded to immediately by another member of the group. When the opportune moment arrives, the orcas close the distance from several angles and launch the final attack. The hunt is decided thanks to collective intelligence, communication, and extraordinary synchronization among all group members. Very few marine animals are capable of escaping when a pod of orcas executes a perfectly coordinated strategy. In the Pacific Ocean, orcas prove that dominance of the sea does not depend solely on force, but also on intelligence, cooperation, and a precision developed over millions of years of evolution. In the frigid depths of the North Atlantic, where time seems to stand still, dwells a being that has seen centuries pass in silence. The Greenland shark, known scientifically as Somniosus microcephalus, is the absolute monarch of longevity in the animal kingdom. This silent predator can live more than 400 years, becoming the longest-lived vertebrate inhabiting the Earth. Its growth is extremely slow, increasing barely 1 meter in length every 100 years of biological existence. A mature specimen can reach 7 meters and weigh up to 1,000 kilograms, being a fortress of flesh adapted to extreme cold. It inhabits dark waters that stay constantly at 1 degree Celsius, where most living beings would perish instantly. Its movement is a slow-motion dance, traveling at a constant speed of barely 1.2 kilometers per hour through the abyss. Despite its slowness, it is an opportunistic scavenger that consumes remains of seals and even reindeer that fall into the frozen sea. Many individuals have parasites in their eyes that limit their vision, but they use their superior smell to track prey in the dark. Its metabolism is so low that every gram of energy is conserved to guarantee its survival through the ages. A Greenland shark must wait 150 years to reach its sexual maturity and have the opportunity to continue its eternal lineage. It is a living relic of the planet's history, a guardian of the ice that reigns in the peace of submarine oblivion. In the deepest and darkest regions where sunlight is non-existent, patrols a being that seems to emerge from a prehistoric nightmare. The goblin shark, known scientifically as Mitsukurina ostoni, possesses pink and translucent skin that grants it an alien appearance. Its most unsettling feature is an elongated snout in the shape of a blade, filled with electroreceptors that detect the heartbeat of hidden prey. But its true secret weapon resides in a unique jaw that can be projected forward explosively to catch its victim. In only a fraction of a second, its needle-sharp teeth sink into the target through a biological catapult mechanism. This predator of the shadows inhabits depths of up to 1,300 meters, where pressure is a constant weight on every centimeter of its body. The goblin shark is the ghost of the abyss, a masterpiece of evolution that reigns with an invisible and lethal attack tactic. In the frigid void of the midnight zone, a predator emerges that uses light as a deadly bait. The anglerfish, known scientifically as Melanocetus johnsonii, is the master of visual deception in the abyss. Its globose and dark body makes it invisible in depths exceeding 2,000 meters below sea level. From its forehead is born an elongated structure that supports a biological lantern loaded with luminescent bacteria. This flickering beacon acts as a promise of food in the nothingness, drawing victims into the radius of its jaw. When a small fish approaches, intrigued by the light, the angler remains in an absolute and terrifying immobility. In a fraction of a second, it opens its massive mouth, generating a powerful suction that engulfs the prey whole. Its long, sharp teeth are tilted inward, preventing any living being from escaping its biological prison. The anglerfish is the sovereign of the silent trap, a reminder that in the darkness, light can be the end of the road. After the encounters with the somber hunters, the abyss reveals a facet of a mystical and supernatural beauty. Thousands of bioluminescent jellyfish float in the nothingness, transforming the black void into a canvas of liquid light. These ethereal beings produce cold light through an internal chemical reaction where oxygen combines with luciferin. The result is an exhibition of blue and green flashes that travel through their transparent bodies with a hypnotic elegance. In depths exceeding 3,000 meters, these lights function as a visual language to attract mates or coordinate groups. When attacked, many species deploy a biological burglar alarm, emitting intense bursts of light to blind the predator. This luminous distraction allows the jellyfish to vanish in the darkness while the attacker is left confused by the flash. The Atolla jellyfish is famous for its rhythmic light rings that expand like electromagnetic waves underwater. Observing these swarms of light is like contemplating a distant galaxy situated at the bottom of our own ocean. Their delicate filaments can extend for meters, capturing tiny prey while they shine with a majestic fragility. This dance of photons is essential for biological balance, illuminating the hidden paths of the abyssal food web. Crystal jellyfish are the beacons of hope in the abyss, reminding us that even in oblivion, life shines strongly. In the deepest scars of the Earth's crust, where tectonic plates separate, a stage of hellish energy arises. Hydrothermal vents expel jets of black water loaded with minerals at a temperature reaching 400 degrees Celsius. In this extreme environment, where pressure would crush any human structure, dwells the giant tube worm, or Riftia pachyptila. These creatures can measure up to 2 meters in length, protected within white chitin tubes that anchor their bodies to the volcanic floor. At their upper end, they deploy an intense red plume that captures chemicals directly from the surrounding toxic water. Unlike other animals, the giant tube worm lacks a mouth and digestive system, defying conventional biological laws. Its survival depends on an internal alliance with billions of bacteria that transform hydrogen sulfide into vital energy. This process, known as chemosynthesis, allows life to thrive in total darkness without ever depending on sunlight. It is an alien ecosystem where the Earth's heat and chemistry substitute the solar engine that feeds the rest of the planet. Thanks to this unique metabolism, these worms are the fastest-growing marine invertebrates, reaching their maximum size in few years. They function as the cornerstone of an abyssal community that includes blind crabs and shrimp, adapted to massive pressures. The tube worm is the sovereign testimony that life is an unstoppable force that conquers even the most hostile frontiers. Emerging from the abyssal shadows, sunlight again paints the ocean with the vibrant brightness of tropical reefs. The clownfish, known scientifically as Amphiprionini, is the boldest inhabitant of this city of limestone and color. Its presence extends through the warm waters of the Indo-Pacific, from the Red Sea to Australia's Great Barrier Reef. Its small body of barely 10 centimeters sports white bands on an intense orange background that shines under the sun. This coloration is not only ornamental, but allows it to identify itself quickly among the labyrinth of marine biodiversity. It possesses a unique protective mucus layer that makes it immune to the stinging cells of its dangerous host. The sea anemone is a predator loaded with venomous nematocysts capable of paralyzing fish that double its size. The clownfish finds in these deadly tentacles a biological fortress where no predator dares to enter. In exchange for this sovereign refuge, the fish acts as a tireless sentinel that protects the anemone from its enemies. With absolute dedication, it cleans the parasites and organic remains that could damage its protector's delicate tissues. Its biological waste is a vital source of nitrogen that fertilizes the growth of the anemone under the warm water. The rhythmic movement of the clownfish attracts other small fish into the lethal attack radius of the tentacles. An anemone can release a toxin injection force of thousands of newtons in each microscopic contact with an intruder. Thanks to this alliance, the clownfish has an exceptional survival rate compared to other reef inhabitants. Social life in the anemone is governed by a strict dominance hierarchy led by the largest female. If the leader disappears, The breeding male changes his biology to transform into the group's new sovereign. During spawning, the male guards hundreds of orange eggs, oxygenating the water with constant movements of his fins. Despite weighing only a few grams, it will fiercely attack divers or predators that threaten its sacred nest. They communicate through chirps and rhythmic sounds produced by clicking their teeth, marking their territory with authority. The clownfish is an essential link that maintains the health and vitality of the coral food web. Its existence is a reminder that mutual cooperation is the most powerful strategy to overcome the sea's hostility. In the seagrass meadows and protected reefs dwells a being whose silhouette seems extracted from a medieval legend. The seahorse, belonging to the genus Hippocampus, is one of the most unique and elegant creatures patrolling the underwater world. Its body is not covered by conventional scales, but by an armor of bony plates that grant it a rigid and resistant structure. This biological shell protects it from predators, allowing it to survive in environments where brute force is usually the norm. It possesses a prehensile tail that functions as a vital anchoring tool, allowing it to hold onto corals to resist marine currents. Its eyes can move independently of each other, granting it a 360-degree vision to detect prey and threats simultaneously. The seahorse is the supreme master of mimicry, changing its pigmentation to blend perfectly with the surrounding vegetation. By becoming invisible among the algae, this patient predator stalks small crustaceans with absolute precision. It lacks teeth and a stomach, so it uses its tubular snout to suck in food with a speed of milliseconds. The suction force it generates is so powerful that it can capture victims situated several millimeters away instantaneously. The most amazing aspect of its biology is its reproductive system, which defies the traditional roles of nature. After a nuptial dance that can last days, the female transfers her eggs to a brood pouch located in the male's abdomen. The male is solely responsible for carrying the pregnancy, providing oxygen and nutrients to the embryos through his own body. During a gestation period that varies between 10 days and 6 weeks, the father zealously protects the life growing inside him. The moment of birth is an event of immense physical effort, where the male expels the young through strong muscular contractions. A single father can give birth to more than 1,500 tiny seahorses, which emerge as exact replicas of the adults. Despite the large number of births, less than 1% of the young will reach biological maturity in the open ocean. As a keystone species, its presence is a fundamental indicator of water purity and the stability of coastal ecosystems. Loss of habitat and overfishing for traditional medicine have placed this fragile warrior under immense pressure. The seahorse is the sovereign of subtlety, an evolutionary miracle that teaches us that power also resides in delicacy. Among the vibrant limestone gardens, a tireless worker patrols with an appearance that recalls the birds of the jungle. The parrotfish, belonging to the family Scaridae, is the fundamental architect in charge of maintaining the health of tropical reefs. Its most distinctive feature is its beak-shaped mouth, composed of fused teeth that possess an extraordinary hardness. With a powerful bite force, this fish scrapes algae from rocks and crushes the calcium carbonate skeleton of the coral. By removing the algae that suffocate the reef, it allows new coral polyps to find a place to grow and thrive. It possesses an internal structure called a pharyngeal mill, a set of replacement teeth that grind the stony material until it becomes fine powder. A single large individual can produce up to 320 kilograms of white sand each year through its digestive process. Much of the paradise beaches we know today have been sculpted bite by bite by the millennial labor of these fish. Their scales present a palette of neon colors, from electric blues to vibrant pinks, which change as the fish matures. They live in organized social groups, where a dominant male protects a feeding territory of several square meters. During the night, some species secrete a transparent mucus cocoon that envelops their body to hide their chemical trace. This biological bubble acts as an invisible shield against the attacks of moray eels and other nocturnal reef hunters. Its swimming is slow and elegant, using its pectoral fins to maneuver skillfully among the branched corals. Without the sovereign presence of the parrotfish, the coral ecosystem would rapidly collapse under a mantle of invasive vegetation. It is the guardian of the sea's foundations, a biological jewel that builds and protects the beauty of tropical oceans. On the sandy floor of the reefs and submerged rocks dwells a being that looks like a jewel fallen directly from the night sky. The starfish, belonging to the class Asteroidea, is one of the most iconic, resistant and mysterious figures of the seafloor. Its body presents a perfect radial symmetry, with 5 or more arms that extend elegantly from a sovereign central disc. Under its arms, it possesses hundreds of tube feet that function through a water vascular system of an amazing technological precision. These tiny feet use hydraulic pressure to suction the substrate, allowing it to move with a constant force and total adherence. Thanks to this biological network of suckers, the starfish can scale vertical rock walls and resist the onslaught of the waves. It is a patient and methodical predator that feeds on mollusks like mussels and clams with a unique biological technique. It uses its muscular arms to exert a sustained traction force until the prey's shell yields just a few millimeters. At that crucial moment, the starfish projects its stomach outward to digest the victim directly inside its own bony refuge. But its true sovereignty over life resides in an extraordinary regeneration capacity that defies the limits of biological death. If an arm is amputated by a hungry predator, the star can completely reconstruct the lost limb in a few weeks. Some species are capable of regenerating an entire body from a single fragment that retains a minimal part of the central disc. It lacks a centralized brain, possessing instead a distributed nervous system that processes sensory information from each extremity of its body. Its tiny eyes, situated at the tip of each arm, detect subtle changes in light and movement to navigate deep in the gloom of the abyss. It performs a vital ecological mission as a regulator of benthic populations, preventing a single mollusk species from dominating the seafloor. By controlling algae consumers, it guarantees that the underwater garden remains diverse and prosperous for thousands of other living beings. Without this silent guardian of the depths, the health and structure of reefs would collapse due to the lack of a biological balance. The starfish is the symbol of infinite resilience, a masterpiece of evolution that reconstructs its own existence in the face of adversity. Admiring its immobility is to recognize the strength of a creature that has conquered the ocean for more than 450 million years. The sovereign of the seafloor continues its eternal reign, maintaining harmony and beauty in the beating heart of the blue planet. The ocean is the blue heart of our world, the vital organ that beats with a force that sustains all terrestrial existence. Covering more than 70% of the planet's surface, this mass of water is the undisputed sovereign of global geography. Its most extraordinary mission is the production of oxygen, generating more than 50% of the air we breathe through phytoplankton. It acts as the Earth's biological thermostat, absorbing 90% of the excess heat generated by global warming. Without this thermal absorption capacity, the average temperature of the atmosphere would increase by 36 degrees Celsius, making life impossible. Marine currents function as immense conveyor belts that distribute heat from the equator toward the frozen poles. It travels thousands of kilometers, regulating the climate and guaranteeing that the seasons follow their rhythmic and necessary course. The abyss is the planet's largest carbon sink, storing tons of carbon dioxide that would otherwise suffocate the sky. It is the supreme engine of the water cycle, evaporating millions of liters to feed the clouds and give life to continental rivers. As the cradle of biodiversity, it houses ecosystems that contain 80% of all living species on Earth. The ocean provides the main source of protein for more than 3 billion human beings in all corners of the world. Compared to terrestrial forests, the carbon capture capacity of mangroves and seagrasses is 10 times higher. The health of humanity depends directly on the purity of its waters and the vitality of its sovereign reefs. Every beat of the waves is a reminder that we are part of an interconnected biological system where the ocean is the master. Protecting the infinite blue is the most important act of survival that civilization must undertake to guarantee eternity. Despite all our technological and scientific advances, the ocean remains the final frontier and the greatest mystery of our world. Science estimates with amazement that humanity has only explored less than 5% of the total seafloor surface. Millions of square kilometers of abyss remain submerged in perpetual darkness, hiding evolutionary secrets from past eras. Under the weight of thousands of newtons of constant pressure, biological titans that have never been sighted by human eyes could dwell. Each expedition to the Hadal Zone reveals species with extraordinary shapes and functions that defy all known laws of modern biology. Ocean trenches are nature's sovereign laboratories where life is perfected in the most absolute and frigid oblivion of the planet. The abyss functions as a library of infinite biodiversity where each creature is a new chapter of Earth's latent history. It is very likely that in the abyssal plains, complete ecosystems exist based on chemical energy sources that we still fail to understand. The sounds captured at the bottom of the sea suggest the presence of beings of a superior intelligence that communicate through silence. The deep ocean is actually an alien universe situated a few kilometers from our civilization, waiting patiently to be discovered. Our insatiable curiosity impels us to descend more and more, recognizing that what we know is only a drop in the infinite blue. The map of submarine wildlife continues expanding, demonstrating that evolution's sovereignty knows no geographic or temporal limits. Every time a camera breaks the darkness of 1,000 meters, the whole world is amazed at the resilience capacity of pure life. We are the guardians of a kingdom we are just beginning to know, with the sacred mission of protecting its mystery for eternity. The ocean is not only a mass of water that covers most of the planet, it is a mysterious world where every time human beings descend deeper, we discover things that surpass our imagination. Subscribe to the channel and also share this video to carry this message of respect far. Every gesture helps protect nature's wonderful creation.